Hi guys, this is Joanne. I'm here to do books review with Joanne, and this book that I am doing, Becoming a Person of Influence by John C. Maxwell and Jim Dolan. And I tell you guys, this book is already transforming my life. I'm still in the introduction parts of the book. I have not started doing the chapters yet, but I tell you, this book is so much full of wisdom, and I am loving this book. So the book, as I said, it's called Becoming a Person of Influence. And every one of us has dreamt of becoming a person of influence in the community, in the society, and wherever we are. I'm sure that all of us here want to become people of influence. And I tell you guys, before even we complete this book, if you will go with me from one episode to the next of the book review, I tell you, you will have learned a lot. And what I'm doing, the book review, just before I start reviewing this book, it's a program that I started that because I am a lover of books and I find reading books really helpful, especially for those of us who want really to grow in different ways in life. So this program is I read books, and so after reading every book, I come and summarize what I have read in these books. And I would like to encourage each one of us. Every time I do a book review, if you find that book really what you are looking for, just you can DM me. I will share with you the copy of the book, or you can even download the book from the various platforms that we have. And this book is quite intensive. It has quite so much wisdom in it, and I decided that I'm not going to be in a hurry to finish the book. I want to do part by part so that you guys can grasp every part of the book. So today I'm just going to do the introductory part of the book, and then from now the next episode, this is episode 1 of this book, and from the next episode now we will be doing chapter by chapter. And you guys, if you really want to grow, I encourage you, please follow my YouTube channel and my various social media platforms. You will get to grow as we grow together. So the book is called Becoming a Person of Influence. Who didn't want to be a person of influence in the community and in the society? Personally, it's my prayer, and that is why I am doing all this work, because I really want to grow. I want to be a better person every day. And influence doesn't come just instantaneously. It's something that happens gradually over time, depending on how much hard work you're putting into your growth. So every man is a hero and an oracle to somebody, and to that person, whatever he says has an enhanced value. Each and every person in the universe has a chance to become a person of influence, and in one way or the other. For instance, let's say you are a dad. To your kids, you are a hero. So never look down upon yourself saying that you do not influence anyone. To someone, you are a hero. And your influence is not equal with all people. What this part means is that we have different people in the community, and we have different ways of influencing other people. The influence that your friend will have on people is not the same kind of influence that you will have on people. So you can still be in your lane and become a person of influence. Yeah, so in the first part of this book, we have different levels of influence, and the author here tries to explain, or rather to demonstrate influence as a form of leadership. And he first, before even we go to the levels of influence, he first explains the levels of leadership and how they look like the levels of influence. And the first part, the first level of leadership is called the lowest, actually the lowest level of leadership is position. So this is where a leader grants a particular person a right to lead. As a result, people follow them because they are directed to, not because they're influential. So just to explain a little bit, a position is the lowest level of leadership, and this is where, let's say you work in a certain organization, and the leader in that organization wants to appoint a leader to maybe to a leader to be in charge of a certain department. So that selection by a person of influence, that is leadership as a position, that is the lowest level of leadership. And then the second level of leadership is permission. The leader focuses on building and growing relationship with their employees. As a result, their team members give them free permission to lead. This is where now in an organization, now the leader is not appointed by another leader. So this is where the team members, because of the influence that a specific person is having on them, they appoint them as a leader. So that is the second level of leadership, permission. Then there's the production. Production is the third level of leadership. This is when a leader reaches when a leader reaches level 3, they focus on increasing the results. In turn, people then follow them because they trust the person knows what they are doing and will lead them in the right direction. This is now where we can, in layman's language, you can say this level is based on the results of the person, and because this person is maybe having specific results, the team members now select them based on what they are doing in that organization. The fourth level is people development. Those who reach level 4 are servant leaders who teach, mentor, and multiply other leaders. They obtain and maintain followers because they know they positively influence lives of everyone around them. This is now this level is now based on the kind of influence that the person is having is having on the people around them. Now, because the team members look up to this person as their mentor, their teacher, and so because of that, the people see it fit for selecting this person to lead. Now, this is the fourth level of leadership. The last level of leadership is pinnacle. Level 5 leaders, they are rare, are well known for their accomplishments and how they have reached the lives of others. These leaders have followers because of who they are, what they have done, and what they represent to the people. Now, this is what is based on the accomplishments of the person, how they have enriched the lives of the others, etc. So we have these 5 levels of leadership. We've seen that the lowest level of leadership is position, the second is permission, the third is production, the fourth is people development, and the last level is pinnacle. This book called Developing the Leader Within You. I will review that book after I am done with this one, but that was just a demonstration of how we have different levels of influence. So now let's go to the levels of influence. Just as we have the levels of leadership, we still have the levels of influence. And as I am going through this book, guys, I want you to just be optimistic that you're going to get something from it, because personally it's transforming me and I am becoming a better person. So we have level 1. Level 1 is modeling. People are first influenced by what they see. During this level, a more influential person introduces you to the masses, and for some time you influence them because someone that influences them introduced you to them. So as soon as they have some time to observe you, you either build or burst that influence by your actions. So the lowest level of influence is modeling, and this is the level where let's say we have someone who is influential. Someone who is influential comes and introduces someone else to people. So for some time, because the people don't know how this person is, for some time this person will be influential to them. Why? Because someone who is more influential introduced them to them. So whether you're going to maintain that level of influence, it's dependent on your actions, how you act, whether you influence them, because after some time, sometimes people are going to know who you really are. So that is the first level of influence modeling, where someone who is more influential introduces you to the masses. So you become influential because someone that they trust, they know, that influences them, has introduced you to them. But after some time, now after the people get to know you, that's what will determine whether that level of influence will still persist, or they will you will burst the influence you have on them. So the second level of influence is motivating. During this level, you encourage people and communicate with them on an emotional level. When people feel good about you and themselves during the times they are with you, your level of influence increases significantly. Let's say you work in a certain organization, or maybe you go in a certain church, you fellowship in a certain church, and you within that group of people that you have, if you influence people, maybe by encouraging them, communicating with them so well, being emotionally intelligent, now if you continue with the same tendency of being able to understand people at a personal level, encourage people, with that, people will start feeling good. They will start feeling good when they are around you. I want to give an example with certain experience that I had when I was working somewhere. I'm a medic, and so there's this consultant who I really admire a lot. She usually runs clinics. Sorry. So every time she has a clinic, she had to accompany an intern. That time I was an intern in that organization. So every time it was my turn to spend time with her in the clinic as she was seeing the patients. By the time I got out, maybe the clinic finished, or I started now going back home, I used to feel so much motivated because of the ones that this person is talking to me about. She used to, and she encourages me, she makes me feel good, makes me feel encouraged. And so I can attribute it this to the second level of influence, motivating. It's dependent on how you relate with people, how you talk to people, and how, if you feel, you make them feel good about being around you. This is the third level of influence, mentoring. Mentoring is pouring your life into other people and helping them reach their potential. I know you understand what this level means. We have mentors in our lives, and these mentors have poured themselves, sharing their experiences with us, encouraging us to be better people. That is the third level of influence, mentoring. The fourth and the last level is multiplying. As a multiplying influencer, you help people you are influencing to become positive influencers in the lives of others and pass on not only what they have received from you, but what they have learned and led on their own. So in layman's language, I can say that in this level of influence, you mentor people to become mentors. You mentor mentors, if I may say. This is where you help people to help others. This is the last and the happens. So just to recap on what we've seen, the lowest level is modeling. Modeling, where someone who is more influential introduces you to the masses. The second level of influence is motivating, where in a specific group of maybe of people in your church, in your organization, you encourage people, you talk to them well, you are emotionally intelligent, and so in the process you you find yourself motivating them. That is the second level of influence. The third level of influence is mentoring, where you give yourself your time to mentor other people, you pour your life for the sake of the others, to teach other people to become better people. And the last and the highest level of influence is multiplying. This is mentors, where you teach people to influence other people. So guys, there are all those levels of influence, and I am telling you for sure, if you are in level 1, where you have been influenced by someone who is more influential, please make sure that the way you act, the way you relate with people around you, is positive, so that that level of influence will keep growing. We get from one level to the next. If you're in the second level, where you find yourself that where you talk well to people, just continue with the same spirit and you will grow in the level of influence. So it takes unselfishness, generosity, and commitment to influence. It also takes time. So your actions will reflect how much you influence. Even if you've had negative effects on other people in the past, you can make your impact a positive one. So if you have had a negative influence on people, you can turn that around and you can change that into a positive one. One thing that I forgot to say, there's both negative and positive influence. So you will either influence people negatively or positively. But if in the past you found yourself that you've influenced people negatively, you can turn that around and become a positive influencer. A life isn't significant except for its impact on other lives. That's a quote that was said by Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson is the most influential person in American sports history, despite him being African American, having faced racial taunts, death threats, and abuse. So we all have a chance to become influential. Just as we've seen, Jackie Robinson was a Black American, but he was still the most influential person in the history of sports. So despite where you are and at the level that you are, where you're working, where you fellowship in, even in your family, you can still be an influential person. You have a chance to be influential. Family members is greater than that on the strangers you meet. Let me just repeat this. Your influence on your family members is greater than that on the strangers you meet. Let me tell you guys, this I don't know whether it's a saying or a quote. Charity begins at home. If you cannot influence people, the immediate people around you, and that is your family members, then it will be difficult for you to influence the people who are outside, because mostly you spend most of your times with your families, and so if you cannot find yourself influencing them, then it will be difficult for you to influence other people. So start your influence first from your family, from the people around you. Let them feel good when they are around you. Let them learn when they are around you. Don't just be the criticizer, the person who criticizes other people negatively. No, be the person that encourages your family members to be better, and with that you will find yourself even being an influencer to the other people, the people in the corporate world, in your church, and other people around you. So the number of people you influence is not what's important. Let me just repeat. The number of people you influence is not what's important. What is important is that you've influenced that person. Even that person that you have influenced, even if it's just one, that is very important. So the goal is not to influence so many people. The goal is to influence one person, because that one person is able even to reach to other people, more people. Sorry. The crucial thing to remember is that your level of influence is not static. As long as you've become a person of influence, if you find yourself influencing 5 people today, in 10 years to come, you will be a better influence, as long as you keep working on yourself. So the level of influence is never static. So just work on influencing those people around you. As time goes by, as you keep growing, you will find yourself influencing more people. Even if you've had a negative effects on others in the past, you can turn that around and make your impact a positive one. I think that the only inheritance that a man will leave that has eternal value is influence. And this is my goal, to influence as many people as I can. Because in the end, what my legacy will depend on how I influenced other people, how I impacted the lives of other people, and how I made a life of someone become better. So guys, this is just the first part of this book. I'm just introducing the book. From the next episode, you will learn even a lot on how you can be a person of influence. And I want to encourage all of us, if you're that person who is pursuing becoming a person of influence, please, from one episode to the next, let us be together. Just take your time, listen to these episodes. You don't have to watch watch me as I talk. You can just turn on turn on the video, and then you proceed with your work as you're cooking, as you're washing your clothes, as you're doing other works. You can just be listening to me. In the end of the day, what matters is the ones that you will get from me. So I encourage us, let us all embark on this journey of influencing other people. Let us all desire to be people of influence, because at the end of the day, that is what will matter. Whether how you influenced other people, that is what will matter, you know. And so I want to welcome you guys. Let's support one another as we learn and make sure that we're becoming better persons in the society. So I want to wish you well, guys, and see you in the next episode. Thank you.